Hey, what's up and welcome. I am Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. Do you know that Dada doesn't like David? That's why we've got DDD. Actually, I'm kidding. DDD stands for Domain Driven Design. In this video, I am going to explain and demystify domain driven design in such a way that is going to be easier for you to understand as a developer. I just realized that senior developers, or the guy who call themselves senior developers, they can't explain domain driven design to a beginner like me. And I have to ask myself, why must we hear about DDD in React conferences that we will never attend, a guy like you and me, or even when we see a React conference on YouTube, we will never click on it because these guys, they always discuss concepts that we don't understand. They come up with tips that we are not struggling with. I just want to create a Spotify clone, or maybe I got a job to create an e-commerce. I really don't understand why must I think about monolith and its services and JavaScript architecture. All those things, they don't really apply to us. In this video, I'm going to explain domain-driven design in such a way that you can go and implement it now. So I started by asking ChatGPT a question: why senior developers can't explain DDD to beginners like us? So here is the answer. Senior developers often understand domain-driven design deeply, but struggle to explain it to beginners because DDD is less about syntax and more about mental model, context, and experience. Here are the real reason this happens without blaming either side. Okay, number one, DDD lives in experience, not tutorials. As you can see, domain-driven design, it's something that you have to experience. In my case, I had to hit the ceiling on a tech startup or a product that I'm building, and that product is finance. Don't forget, check the link in the description below. It's finance.com. It's a coding and invoicing platform. This is where I think I need to adapt DDD, domain-driven design. So let's look at one of the reasons. Most developers didn't learn DDD from a book and then apply it. They built systems, they built messy system, felt the pain, tight coupling, duplicate logic, and fragile, then discovered why DDD exists. I think I fall in the second point, which is felt the pain. Now let's get into the practicality of it. Let me show you my application and then you will see what is the problem with it. So this is finance, a coding and invoicing application. The application is growing and the users are asking for features. That means that I have to add some new features in the code or in the project. And I'm struggling to do that. Why? Simply because my architecture wasn't on point. Hence DDD. Okay, so let me just show you this code creation module. As you can see here, you can add a client. Okay, let's just go and create the code. As you can see, we cannot create the code because there are some things that we need to add here. We can add a logo. We can add an item as a logo. As you can see, we can add a discount here, and then we can add some amount. Okay, and then we can add a percentage of the discount. Let's say 658. Okay, and then we can add some notes here. So let's just quickly save this quotation. Okay. As you can see, there is an error here. What might be the error? As you can see, it looks like we've got the maximum discount that you can give is this one. Okay, so let's just change this discount to 2. And here, let's just change the discount to 5. Okay, so as you can see, this is just a simple coding module. What are the problems about this module that makes it impossible for me to continue with coding like this or this project? Meaning that I have to change a certain way of thinking or I have to change architecture. Here is the problem. In the actual code, I hope I'm going to be able to see that. So in this actual code, okay, I have got some rules about quotation which are in the UI. And that is a problem because these rules, they only sit in the UI. Let me just make an example. What if I'm creating a mobile version of this quotation? Are those rules going to be in the web version only, and then the mobile developer team, they have to rewrite these rules? What if they make the mistake? So as you can see that there is a need to keep things together. Once you think about that, you are not only thinking about single responsibility and clean code. Maybe this time you have to think about it from a senior developer and be like, what if I can adopt a domain-driven design? So let's just get into it. So in my application at this point in time, I've got some business rules, strict business rules. For instance, let's check here. If you are trying to add, let's go here. If you are trying to decrease this quantity, when you hit 1, it cannot go below 1, so meaning that it has to be 1. So that is a rule, but at this point in time, that rule is in the UI, as you can see. So you can extract all of these and put them in a domain layer. So when you're designing an application, there is something called a domain problem. My domain problem here on finance is invoices. I am solving that domain, and we call this a problem domain. So domain-driven design states that, or advises that, don't take the business rules and scatter them all over the place. They must be in one module, in one method, in one object, or wherever they are, but they need to be in one place so that, number one, it can be easier to maintain. Number two, they can always be reinforced. Let's look at this code module. Here, if you, my apologies about that, I've just clicked the wrong button. So when you are here, if you haven't created an item, you can just click here. Sorry. If you are here on, let's say, adding a client, if you haven't created the client, you can click here and create it, as you can see. And also with the item, if you have not created it, you can click here and create it. This is a bit of a problem because let's assume that this page, it's a code module, but now it's aware about creating invoices. This is a problem. And also, not only that, it's aware about creating items. So the context of this module, it's more like extended. It's not code related. So how am I going to fix this? First of all, I need to create a folder called domain. And under that domain, I need to create a folder called code. In that folder, I need to create a module that is going to encapsulate all business rules that are relating to a code. How is that going to help me? Number two, I am going to take this module and push it to a server than the UI. Why am I going to do that? So that the mobile team, as my application grows, they don't have to rewrite those rules, but instead they can send data, and that module will make sure that it reinforces all the rules, and then the mobile and the web, they can be both served. I hope you get the idea. So what is the shift in consciousness or in understanding or in application structure? At first, this application is not an application at all. It's just Next.js, meaning that it's framework conscious. I'm being helped by Next.js to solve my problem domain. That is a problem. I need to think like an architecture. I need to create a module that will reinforce the business rules, and the context and even the naming, okay, of things will relate to that, so that if I need to change a rule, I know where to go instead of looking up and down the UI trying to solve the problem. I'm Matthew Msingati. I'm the designer and developer from South Africa. I hope now you understand the concept of domain-driven design. It just simply means that do not scatter business rules all over the place. Create a module that is going to be a single source of truth. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you on the next one.